Hey everybody, it's the Modern Native. So I was going to give it a little bit for people to come in, but today we are going to and remember those that have been lost, because recently there has been a couple of losses close to me, and I know there's been a lot of people who've lost quite a few people in their life, and I wanted to take a moment to slow down and remember them, honor them, and have a moment of silence. The first one I want to mention is someone who was close to me and who has their loss has affected people very close to me. Um, one of my exes, her name was Katie. Uh, she recently was found deceased in her home due to a domestic violence situation that it was known to be an issue and they knew it was going on, but the authorities and everything else were too slow to step in. It's a terrible situation and no one deserves to live like that or die like that. And it's absolutely terrible. I'm hoping to see her son later today. He's like a son to me. Uh, his mother and I dated for a short time years ago, but whenever I whenever I've been in a relationship where someone's had kids, I've always kind of adopted their kids as my own, and I still have quite a few who call me dad, and it's a very hard situation, especially for the kids, to live like that and to have loss like that. I lost my mom when I was 15, so I know how hard it can be, especially very suddenly. Um, I knew my mom was going to pass. Doesn't make it any easier, but his mom still had a lot of life left in her. So it it's a tragic loss, and I'm hoping to see him today, so that way I can just kind of take him away from everything for a little bit, spend some time with him, get his mind off things. Um, she had been hospitalized a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago. Um, she had been beat pretty bad, and, but she wasn't able to get herself out of that situation. And it apparently went too far. Um, they went to her house for a wellness check, and she was gone. It's a terrible situation, but that's just someone in my personal life. Hey guys, how's it going? Just be cool, swamp rat. Um, as far as the loss to the community, YouTube at large, there was a fantastic man on here. He was known as Jay Foxhunt. I've been in contact with his wife and him for a while. They ordered a walking stick from me, and unfortunately, it got to them, but he wasn't able to use it or, or enjoy it. Um, Jay Fox Hunter apparently had cancer, and having never met the man, I was surprised with how hard it hit when I found out that he passed away last Friday. His wife is a wonderful person. She has stayed positive through this whole thing, which I find extremely impressive. Uh, she's still been very supportive of us and of our mission. She even donated in the same message. She told me that she lost her husband. She So it shows a lot of strength to be able to stay positive like that at people. And talking beginning about my ex, Katie was in her home. She is she was a victim of dementia and she is left. I'm hoping to see her soon. I don't know, but Jay Fox Hunter, YouTuber on here, he was just a great support. Loved to everything. Even ordered one. He's the only walk I managed to send out. He sent me funds to be able, and it was very. Uh, he had to be on hospital. When they got it, she's like, "I want you to know he's on a day anymore." So might be my signal. I'm having a little signal. Um, I know. See that they know directly through them or someone you and we will dog baby girl. There we go. Sorry, guys. Uh, had a dip in my signal there for a minute. But what I was saying was, I know Tasha recently lost her dog baby girl too. And she was like a family member. She deserves her moment of silence. And if anybody, like I said, has had a loss recently or knows somebody who's lost someone, you can drop it in the comments or in the chat here. I just wanted to share this with everybody because sometimes I think we forget that when our community grows, means more and more often we will have losses. Means that we will start feeling things more and more for other people that we might not even have met. I broke down crying when uh, I found out that Jay Fox Hunter passed away. I cried when I found out that he was severely sick. It's amazing that you spoken to, but it just goes to show, and it's just through these channels, through these live streams. Uh, I don't remember if I heard about that swamp rat, but everybody deserves their moment of silence. Most hated grower, everybody else who's popped in, just be cool, Bush and Barnacles, Tasha, Swamp Rat, thank you for being here. This is something I've wanted to do for a little bit now. After finding out about J Fox Hunter especially, it's Queen Elizabeth. And that's another one, like, that's a big high profile loss that people have been talking about, and all the things in the news and everything else. And like I was saying, as our community grows, as we expand and reach, and Bush and Barnacles, that's right, your brother and your dad in the last 3 months. I remember that. See, that was something subconsciously in the back of my head that I was thinking about too. I know there's a lot of people who've had a lot of loss recently, and everybody deserves to have their moment of silence, to be remembered, to be honored. And I'm just happy my walking stick that I made for him was able to make it there, and J Fox Hunter was able to at least see it and appreciate it. I wish Katie was able to get the help that she deserved, because nobody deserves to be in that kind of situation. And loss is just a terrible thing. Hey, Squirrel, how's it going? So I wanted to give everybody an opportunity in the next couple of minutes to put down anything or anybody that they have lost recently, to have that moment of silence for them. So it's 13 minutes in. As long as my signal holds straight at 15, we will have a moment of silence to remember those that have been lost. I appreciate you guys being here and sticking through my technical difficulties. Apparently, I have to hold it to keep it going. But this will be a short live. I just wanted to offer my condolences to everyone who's had a loss. I wanted to share the losses that I have been connected to, and take that moment and have a moment of silence for them. 30 seconds or so here. And then I will end this, and we'll have a upbeat live in a few minutes. I've got some videos to upload while I'm up here, and I have some announcements for my channel. So it was really hard not to cry there a minute ago when I was talking about J Fox. It's cancer, domestic violence, life. It's terrible things when there's loss. So we're at 15 minutes. Got a few good friends hanging out. So wanted to take that moment of silence. If anybody has anybody that they want to honor, you can put them in the comments and in the chat, and we will have our moment of silence. All right. sorry for everybody's loss. Sorry for all the heartache and pain that comes with that. If anybody ever needs someone to talk to distract yourself, to talk things out, or if you're local enough that you want to come and hang out and just get stuff off your mind, you can reach out to me. I'm here for you. Every single one of you. I consider everybody a friend, everybody a brother, everybody a sister. All of you guys who are here to support me, I am here to support you however I can. Loss really is a terrible, terrible thing to go through, but it is a part of life, and we can't let loss cripple us and stop us from our day-to-day. Instead, we need to take those emotional weights and put them on a different scale to be positive and to go forwards and improve our lives around us, to have a positive impact, because whenever we lose someone around us, it's a reminder that life is fleeting. We don't have an infinite amount of time. Life is not guaranteed, especially depending on your lifestyle out here. Any one of these nights, I could get attacked by a bear, could trip on the trail and fall down a hill. Going down to the lake to get water, could slip, get knocked unconscious, and roll in the water. Loss and death is everywhere around us and can happen without a moment's notice. So appreciate the life that you have, appreciate the time that you have, do something positive, have a positive impact on someone's life, and be there. That's just what life is about, is being there, experiencing, interacting, building. Sorry, it was sort of a sad one, but I needed to share this. I needed to acknowledge loss and give people the moment to honor that loss, whatever it may be. A friend of a friend, a follower, even an ex, because we didn't split on bad terms. We just didn't fit together at the time, and I hoped for a better life for her, but it's part of life, making mistakes, being in situations that you can't survive sometimes, and it is terrible. But I definitely appreciate everybody for having that moment of silence with me. I am here for each and every one of you. I want you to know that. I mean that genuinely. I am here as a friend. I am here for you. If anybody ever needs anything, I'm a message away. Find me on Facebook. Those on my Patreon can message me directly on there anytime. If you have my email, you can. I wasn't putting my banners up for anything, but my email is on this banner. So if you ever need anything, my email is right there, scrolling across, right here. You can email me and I'll get back to you. I check it multiple times a day, even with very limited signal. I still check it multiple times a day so that way I can be there for people who want to reach out to me. Because one of the worst things in life is needing someone and realizing that's when you're most alone. So I don't want any one of you to ever be alone. I've been alone too many times in my life when I've needed people. So I don't want to be the reason somebody's alone. And alrighty, Western Barnacles. And if you want to drop your number somewhere, most people don't see my comments. I'll respond to it and then you can delete it and I will save your number. That way I can text you. And remember, loss is not the end of the world unless it's the loss of your life. So don't let the pain and suffering around you end your life. Use it, build from it, grow from it, and rise above it. That's really what it is, because in life, each one of these losses, each one of these pains, each one of these sufferings that we go through, it can feel like you're being buried alive. It's a shovel full of dirt on top of you all the time. Randall Rhino lost his wife. That's what Tasha was talking about. She said that someone's channel, she couldn't remember his name, but he lost his wife recently. So she was remembered in that moment of silence, even if not by name, but in thought, it was still there. So thank you, Squirrel, for putting that up. And anybody watching this on the replay, you can put it down in the comment section, and we will honor everybody's loss, everybody's loved ones. I know this is really weird for my channel, but it's something that's been weighing heavy on me, and I wanted to be able to share this so that way people can have an avenue to grieve. It's one thing that we forget about on YouTube is about staying positive and being upbeat and sharing good things, but that's not all that life is. Life is loss, life is pain, life is suffering. And if we try to pretend like that doesn't exist, all we're doing is lying to ourselves. So, before I get too emotional, I'm going to close it out here in a second. Try to stay positive, guys. Keep your heads up. You are not alone, because at the bare minimum, I am here for you, no matter what. And like I always say, remember to get out there, be a native, and go.